I'm wearing headphones today because too many times have I been using this mic and then accidentally muted myself and not realized until far too late. Our world, and I mean this in the least dramatic way possible, is I am very passionate about today's topic. It kind of pisses me off, and so I'm hoping that all the different points that I'm trying to make in this video will come across. I hope that I don't get too fired up and I'm able to articulate what I'm trying to say well so that everyone watching this video understands where I'm coming from. The subject that I'm referring to that pisses me off is TikTok. Now, before we even get into why, I do need to give a little bit of a disclaimer that I do not go on TikTok like ever. I hate it, hence why I'm making this video. I had my phase where I went on TikTok regularly, but it was in like 2020 during COVID, and I truly feel like the platform was different back then, or maybe it's just like depending on what side of TikTok you're on, but the things that I see now are atrocious. And the way that I see them is, once again, not through TikTok because I don't go on TikTok. It's actually through different YouTube commentary videos like this one that I watch on YouTube. And that's kind of how I hear about what the hell is going on over there on TikTok. I will say I do have a TikTok account. I just never go on it. And I have posted at times. I do feel like I should try to use the platform to post and like grow and direct people to my YouTube, but like overall I don't like the app, which is why I'm so not good at posting on it, because I hate it. Anyway, that's just my little disclaimer that everything that I'm talking about in this video I didn't actually get on my own For You page. I have learned about all these things via other YouTubers who make videos like this one where they kind of show different clips and then comment on them. I will give credit where credit is due. If I reference a very specific thing that I saw from a specific creator, then obviously I'll shout them out, but it's kind of a mix of people. So before we even dive into the issues that I see with TikTok, I think we need to distinguish it from the other social medias to understand why these issues are heavily present on TikTok specifically. I think there are two main things about TikTok, at least from what I have seen, that set it apart from the other social media platforms, and that's kind of the reason that these issues we're discussing in today's video seem so prevalent on TikTok and more so there than other social media platforms. The first one is the TikTok algorithm. I won't do a huge deep dive. I don't obviously know everything about the TikTok algorithm, but from what I've heard, from what I've seen, the TikTok algorithm is different from other social media platforms in that it prioritizes the relevance of a video over the follower count of the account that that video is coming from. Basically, what that means is anyone can go viral, and it's much easier for any Joe Schmo to post on TikTok and get a ton of views versus Instagram and YouTube and the other social media platforms where those algorithms kind of push out content from already large creators and people with bigger followings. So it's a lot harder to get your content seen and your voice heard if you're small and you don't have a large following on those platforms. Whereas TikTok, anyone can post a video, and if it's relevant to the conversation that's happening on TikTok right now, it's very likely that a lot of people will see it. And then the second thing I've noticed that I think makes TikTok unique in all the social media platforms is that it's very casual. If you think about Instagram, everyone's posting like highlight reels from their life. It's all like very curated. A lot of people like put filters on their photos and they really care about how their feed looks. And aside from the still photos, the reels are also a lot more curated. It's not just like someone puts up their phone and starts yapping about something and posts it. It's usually a lot more planned out, and there's like a purpose behind it. And that type of content has a little bit more of a barrier to entry, I guess you could say, because you need to know how to like do basic video editing to make reels like that. And you need to know how to do basic photo editing to put filters on your photos. And I feel like it requires a bit more effort, and it's not so easy for anyone to just like hop in and kind of follow along. YouTube, I feel like, is pretty self-explanatory in this regard too. I mean, the main content on YouTube is long form videos. Obviously they introduced shorts a while ago and those are more of a thing, but like in its core, YouTube was made to share long form video content, which requires even more video editing knowledge and skill from the person posting. And also there's a lot less payout right away for just posting a video. Kind of going back to the algorithm thing, if someone with 0 subscribers posts a video, it's very unlikely YouTube's going to show it to many people, even if the content is relevant to trends and what's going on right now, just because they don't have a large following. Whereas on TikTok, as we've already discussed, that's not the case. And so once again, YouTube is not very casual. Not a lot of people just casually create content on there for fun. It's a little bit more overwhelming and daunting for the average person. TikTok, on the other hand, I think obviously there is a side where people do post more curated content similar to the reels on Instagram, but there's also a lot more just like conversation happening through TikToks. So it's extremely common for people to just set up their phone and talk about something and post it with very little editing and very little planned out content ahead of time. And this is especially relevant to trends and things that we're going to be talking about today, because anyone can kind of say their piece about any trend happening, and it's likely that a lot of people will see it and hear them because of how the TikTok algorithm pushes out content that's relevant, not necessarily content that's coming from a big account. It requires minimal effort to make content for TikTok and to post it, and I think that's why so many people like it, because it's so much easier to get involved in the trends and the conversation than any of the other social media platforms. And so what does this mean? I think as a result, people feel much more free to join in on the conversations and join in on the trends happening on TikTok and chime in, because there's a very good chance that they will be seen. At the end of the day, I think it all just comes down to that natural human desire to like fit in and to be seen. And I think TikTok fulfills that really well with its algorithm. And so it's become a unique social media platform in the sense that so many people are on it, and so many people with no following and no social media presence, no influencer status, will go on there and share their opinions and chime in on the different trends happening, show how they're participating in the trends, and really just get in on the action, I guess, where it's harder to do that on other social media platforms if you don't already have a following. And so as a result of all of that, I think that's why it seems that trends spread like wildfire on TikTok as opposed to other social media platforms. I think nowadays trends catch on much quicker, and I think they spread significantly further than they did in the pre-TikTok days. Even post social media still, like with the other social media platforms we've already mentioned. Obviously the rise of those platforms has also led to trends spreading further and catching on, but I think TikTok like takes it to a whole other level. And all of the things that I just mentioned, all of these different layers to how the TikTok platform works, how people feel more welcome on it, all of those things kind of come together and culminate into the topic for today's video. And that is, TikTok is the place for trends, and it's where everyone wants to go to participate in the next trend. If you're watching this and you are a pretty regular TikTok user, I would encourage you to just do some like inner self-reflection real quick and just think like, now versus back in the day when maybe all you had was Instagram for social media, now you have TikTok as well. Do you feel like you are more inclined to follow trends than you were? Because I do feel like this is probably the case for the average person. And even if you're not on TikTok, like I definitely have like fallen victim to trends that come and go, even though I'm not on TikTok, just because it's, like I said, it's the human nature to want to fit in and do what everyone else is doing. But I think especially if you are on TikTok, you kind of get the trend firsthand, like right away, like whereas people like me are a little bit behind the times. And so we catch on a little bit later. But I would encourage you to just like think for a second, put all your biases aside. Like, am I quicker to hop on trends now? Do I tend to want to buy the things that everyone else seems to be buying on TikTok? My best analogy for it is it's kind of like the adult version of I want to fit in at school, so I need to make sure I shop at Hollister and Aeropostale. It's like that, but like on steroids, because it's much further spread and it's much more problematic in my opinion than just like an 8-year-old wanting a shirt that everyone else has at school. But yes, in the simplest of terms, I think, in my opinion, it's basically just the adult version of I want to fit in with the cool kids at school. And as a result, everyone and their mother hops on every single trend and ends up all having the same things, doing the same stuff, and basically all having the exact same personality and no individuality. For example, everyone has a Stanley Cup. Everyone went through an obsession with Labubus. Everyone has that really specific merch from that girl whose last name is Park and she slapped her last name on a sweatshirt and now everyone has it and everyone wants it and everyone's obsessed with it. Everyone is addicted to Alani Nu energy drinks for some reason, especially the Witch's Brew, which is like the limited edition fall flavor this time of year. Everyone is on the hunt for all the same viral decor from TJ Maxx and Marshalls, and all their houses look the same because they're all buying what everyone else is buying on TikTok.
Let's pick a cup for today. Today is Dia de los Muertos. Sadly, I didn't get the cup, so we're gonna go for something new. It's hammer tone silver. And for a boot, we're going for a black one. Let's see, we're gonna go for the plain one. And for a straw, we're gonna use the white one out of here. There it is. And for a straw topper, we're gonna go for the black flower.
So I'm about to get ready to go to work, but we got the new fall collection Stanley Cup. I'm literally so excited. Oh, shut up. It's brown and gold, and I'm not gonna lose the straw because, oh.
Am I a Stanley girl? Clearly yes. But does she have one flaw? Yes, she does. But no, it does not bother me. So maybe she has some spillage. I'm not putting it anywhere where it's gonna be upside down. So I really don't care that it spills, but I know the day will come when I want one that I can travel with or just throw in my bag. People are saying Brewmate is the Stanley that doesn't leak. First of all, nothing compares to a Stanley, but let's just test this.
Box of Labubus that I'm buying. Maybe. My kids don't want to share with me and I'm down to only 3 of them and I want more. And if you think it's weird, I don't care. I don't actually care. This is one of my favorites. Cotton candy. The damn mystery. I cannot get that lucky twice. Rainbow sherbet. Isn't she pretty? Definitely keeping her for myself. They're all mine, and nobody's stealing them from me.
We literally just left brunch because we want Labubus. Everybody's still like finishing the check. We are running to get Labubus, so let's go. We called, they have Labubus. Oh my god. Okay, so I got this one. I kind of hope that I get the lychee berry, like the pink one, but honestly I would be okay with any of the colors. Okay, we all got Labubus. I got an exciting macaron. What'd you guys get?
I got an exciting macaron. I want a sad beige Labubu.
I got the big into energy, and I want luck or hope or secret.
Okay, I'm just gonna get one, all right? It's just one, all right? How bad could one be? It's not that expensive. It's not, well, I mean, I have to get it a friend, right? I mean, who's he gonna talk to? He's gonna get bored. And you know, what if they get sick of each other? You know, they need a third guy. And honestly, I have 3. I might as well get the whole set, you know? I mean, like, why not? I mean, just complete it. I mean, and you know, they released a few more. You might as well. And, you know, honestly, it's money's not a problem for me. I can afford it. I mean, and it's not an addiction. It's a hobby.
I feel like people love to say who would wait and who would set an alarm and who would do blah, 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 pay for a Park sweatshirt. I would. I have literally attempted to get a Park sweatshirt, I think like the last 5 drops, and I have failed every single time. However, I got this one finally. I literally set an alarm for it. I had my credit card and laptop on the side of my bed to get it when I got it. I'm obsessed with it. I've never been so obsessed with like a fit of the sweatshirt.
Winter Wonderland Alani together. I don't think that this is new. I think that they had this last year, but it has updated packaging. I think it's so cute.
Every time I have people over to my house, I always have to take my rare Alonis out of the fridge. I know that seems crazy. I save these for special occasions, so if someone cracked one open, I would be really sad, especially if it was my strawberry sunrise. I only have a few of these, and I only have one singular pumpkin cream. And if I saw this in someone's fridge, I would want it too. I would ask, but sometimes people don't ask, so I got all of my rare Alonis before I have people over.
What's your vision for this room?
To fill it. Just want people here all the time.
Today on the viral beaded bag hunt, I just got my nails done. I'm actually obsessed with them, and there's a Marshall's right by my nail place, so obviously we had to stop by and see. So let's go see what we can get into. It looks like they are crazily stocked on bags, so let's get straight into it. Oh my goodness. First of all, the viral burger bag is here. What is happening over here? Bag overflow. Look, I don't know where to start. They have so many of these with a little swan charm. This one I haven't seen before. Cute, cute. They have this ski one in stock here, which I know a lot of people have been hunting for. Literally so many. What the heck is happening, y'all? New beaded little wallets. I haven't seen these anywhere, and they come with a little bag charm. Oh my gosh, y'all, stop. Look at this beaded bow one with the bow keychain. Do I need to... What's this one? Oh, how cute. It has like a little cookie and then like a little drink. Wait, how much are these? These are all so cute. Why do I want them all? These are $15. They're so cute. In a new area of Florida today, I drove to Winter Park to unlock a new Marshalls to see if we can find the viral-related bags we've been looking for here. So let's go see. I just walked in, and what? Already having so much luck. You're actually kidding. Like, me walking in on this is not real. First of all, I just saw someone post this one, and I was immediately obsessed. Do I need this? I know it's winter, but I feel like for living in Florida, this goes. They have this one, which I've been heavily debating getting. This one. Okay, Winter Park is that girl. This navy blue one, which I feel like is a really good like New Year's Eve bag. Wait, how have I not seen anybody post this one? Beads with like a little bikini flip-flops. Wait, this one's so cute. Or like, do I need a few of them? I don't know. I can't decide. Like, none of them are the ones I was looking for. I wanted to find the sardine today and the like rectangle shaped espresso martini, but these are all so good. So now I'm like, wait.
POV. You found a viral blankets that were hidden by an employee.
What? Oh my god. Keep checking. What? Oh my god. What is that? Hello Kitty? No. It's a new Gilmore Girls.
And it also affects like people's actual routines and lifestyle. Like everyone has massive skincare routines with 37 products that takes them 2 hours to do every morning and 2 hours every night. Everyone has what looks like a full-on makeup display at Sephora in their bedroom. And ultimately, everyone just seems to have a hoarding problem.
Hey besties, you know what time it is. Help me pick out my shower routine for the night. Tonight I want to do an all vanilla scented shower routine, so let's go ahead and get right into it.
Those are just a handful of things that I have seen in the past few months from, like I said, different creators online who create videos like this one, where they kind of comment on the social climate and influencer culture. Those are just some of the things I've seen in the past few months. I'm sure there are a gazillion more that I'm missing, and I do have some more I'm going to talk about later in this video. But that's just a handful of examples I can come up with off the top of my head to kind of back up what I'm saying about how everyone has become the same and everyone gets the same stuff. Everyone hops on the same trends and no one has any individuality anymore. And this has also led to a massive problem of overconsumption, which I'm sure you already know if you're watching this video. I'm not going to really do a deep dive into the problems with overconsumption in this video. I think that's a whole other video topic, and I think it's been talked about a lot lately, so I don't need to be another voice talking about it. Everyone has great videos about it. Someone that I watch very religiously as of late is KiKi Chanel, and a lot of the stuff that I know that's been happening on TikTok comes from videos from her. I also watch Hannah Alonzo, who also makes similar content, and a lot of the TikTok activity that I have learned about has come from her as well. But KiKi Chanel has a very strong emphasis on the problems with overconsumption. And so if you do want to do like more deep dives into that, I definitely recommend her videos. I'm not going to go too deep into it now, but this whole thing of people wanting to hop on all the trends and fit in and participate in everything happening on TikTok has led to a massive surge and overconsumption, and it is becoming a big problem because of the nature of the TikTok platform and TikTok trends and how easily they can be spread. It's like one trend after another and it just never ends. So it's like one catches on, it's popular for a few weeks, and then everyone's moving on to the next thing. And the people who want to participate in these trends feel like they're always like running to catch up. They always have to participate in whatever comes next. And so what does that mean for us? It means we're constantly buying and constantly shopping and constantly spending our money on crap that we're just going to be sick of in a few weeks and not need. And this is a concept that I actually truly can't fully understand because, like I said, TikTok is very much a platform for the everyday person. Obviously, there are a gazillion TikTok influencers on there with millions of followers or hundreds of thousands of followers. And they definitely have some real estate on TikTok where they kind of dominate whatever their niche is, or their content will always be seen because they have so many followers. But it's also a place where people like you and me who have no followers or hardly any can go voice our opinions, contribute to the discussions and the trends happening, and it's likely we will be seen and engaged with. And so, like I said, normal people like you and me with likely average financial situations are also hopping on all these trends, which is really interesting and hard for me to wrap my mind around. Like I said, so many of these trends and the issues with TikTok are rooted in overconsumption. We're constantly buying. There's constantly like a new thing that all the cool kids have that everyone else has to get because they want to fit in and they want to be a part of something. And I just can't help but wonder where these people are getting their money. Like, obviously, I understand that influencers are able to hop on all these trends and move from one to the next like it's nothing because they make an ungodly amount of money on there. But like the average person does not make money on TikTok and also does not make that much money to just be spending all the time. And I'm sitting over here baffled. I'm like, don't you guys have budgets? Like, where are you getting this money from? How are you justifying spending this on all these ridiculous trends that are just going to come and go, and then you're just going to have to spend money on the next one? Like, I can't understand it. I guess like the only explanation I can come up with is like they don't have the money or they barely have the money, and as a result have no savings and are living paycheck to paycheck, which is probably the case. And that's really upsetting. It's sad that this culture on TikTok that has made everyone feel like they need to be a part of the latest trends and be in on the latest things has just made everyone spend all their money and have horrible spending habits, not budget, not save money for emergencies and real life expenses. Again, it's not like I've surveyed all the people on TikTok and like that's what they told me they do. Like, I don't know for sure if most of these people are living paycheck to paycheck, but I feel feel like that's a likely explanation for how they're able to like participate in all these trends and keep buying like all the big influencers are, because how else could they? They're not making the amount of money that these influencers are, but somehow they're participating in the trends. I mean, especially now that we're reaching the holiday season, I feel like it's just going to get worse, which listen, no shame to holiday browsing, holiday decor shopping. I absolutely love it too. Like, I just bought some new Christmas stuff yesterday. Yes, it's November 3rd today, but I'm getting my stuff done early. But like, I get it. That brings me a lot of joy. It does. But my budget yesterday was $75. And the reason it was $75 is because we had been very slowly setting a little bit of money aside every month into what we have as our home improvement category, which is where I can buy home decor and things like that. And so that was money we had saved up in that category over a couple months. And all that was in there was $75. And so that was my budget for Target when we were going Christmas shopping yesterday. And I did not go over it because I want to make sure that I'm spending my money responsibly. But you'll have these people come onto TikTok and be like, $800 Christmas haul, let's go. And I'm like, where did you, like, they don't have millions of followers. They're not a TikTok influencer. I don't understand how they can spend that much money in one haul of Christmas decor as a non-TikTok influencer. Anyway, I'm not here to yuck anybody's yum. I find a lot of joy in buying holiday decor as well. So like, go for it. But I just urge you to make sure you're spending your money responsibly and not buying more decor than you can realistically afford. And I can't help but wonder if a lot of these people are.
2025 Target and Home Goods Christmas haul. Let's get into it. It's very unlike me to start Christmas shopping in October, but you guys, things go so quickly, so we got ahead of the game this year.
I have a problem. I know I have a problem, but the first step to recovery is admitting you have a problem. Now, this is everything that I picked up so far for Christmas this year. Guys, don't tell your husbands that I told you to go buy this stuff. We're supposed to keep that on the hush hush.
I may have went a little overboard on the Christmas shopping this year.
No, I have never decorated for Christmas, so I went kind of crazy this year. You saw my video yesterday, we went Christmas shopping, and today we're doing a little bit of a haul. It's not a little bit of a haul, it is a very big haul.
Anyway, that was kind of just a side tangent, just tying in the fact that like TikTok is very welcoming to anyone, and you don't have to have a following and be a creator on the platform to really get in on the trends and the conversation. But as a result of that, you have very average, normal people working normal jobs for an average amount of money, spending the amount that these influencers are spending on these trends. And that I just can't understand. But that's just a side tangent. Everything I've mentioned comes down to we have no originality and no individuality anymore. And if this concept interests you and you want to see more examples, this is the first video I'm making on my own channel about something like this. So I don't have any past videos or any examples to point you to aside from this one right here. But like I mentioned, KiKi Chanel is one of the creators that I watch religiously lately that makes a ton of content on this kind of thing. So I would highly recommend checking out her videos to get like more in-depth examples and details of this exact problem. You will see in probably just the past 5 videos she's posted how everyone is the same and everyone does the same things and talks the same and buys the same stuff and has the same decor. Like, it's all the same. And she has a gazillion examples of that. So definitely go watch some of her videos after this if you want even more examples outside of this video. But yes, we are all doing the same things and we are all buying the same things. And I've already kind of hinted at things like our Stanley Cup obsessions and Labubu's and how we all love Alani energy drinks. But even aside from just the fact that so many people are purchasing the same things and allegedly obsessing over the same things, they're also all making the same content out of it. And I'm sure that that's a big motivation as to why so many people hop on these trends and do all the things that everyone else is doing, because they see that that's what works and that's what's getting views. Because naturally, if there's something trending and you make a video about it, then it's likely that your video will be seen by a lot of people. And so I'm sure that's a whole other layer to it, a big motivation for a lot of people to hop on all these trends, whether they think they're cute or not. But it's leading to a lack of originality and individuality in everyone's content as well. The most recent and relevant example to this is these Christmas decor hauls that people are doing on TikTok. They all are the same. They all start with a pile of all the crap they bought in front of the camera as kind of like a way to stop people from scrolling, because they scroll, they see a massive pile of crap and they're like, whoa, that's a lot of stuff. And then what do? They pop a can of Alani Witch's Brew, they tap their little acrylic nails on the can, they take a sip, and then they talk about how they're going to show their $800, $1,000 Christmas haul. They are all the same. And the nails tapping on the can makes me want to punch a wall. Why does everyone do that? And why have we been doing it for so long? This is one of those like micro trends, because it's literally just nails tapping on a can. Like, that's not really a big trend, but it's like, it's one of those things that like people started doing and now everyone does it and no one will stop. Like, can we stop? Can we move on from the nails tapping on the cans? Like, I'm over it. I was over it when it started. Now I'm really over it.
I think we need some energy for this.
Stanley is...
And then if we backtrack just a few weeks, there was the trend of boo baskets, which this pisses me off because my family used to do boo baskets when I was growing up. And I remember it was so fun. We would just fill a little basket with a few small things, some fun Halloween candy, maybe some fun Halloween decor, whatever. And then you would go kind of like ding dong ditch. Like, you would put the basket at a neighbor's house, ring the doorbell and run. And they're supposed to like get the basket, not know who it's from, but it's like a sweet thing to do during the spooky season. And then it's kind of like you got tagged and then they have to go do it to someone else. And it's just a nice, fun way to gift your neighbors some candy and some joy and some community, and then they can go and continue the train. And I remember doing that as a kid, and it was fun. And apparently people are still doing that, but now, of course, like everything else, we've ruined it. Apparently a big thing in October on TikTok was like, pack this boo basket for my friend with me, and they would put so much crap in there. And some of them would, because they love to brag about how much money they spend on this shit, they would be like, pack my I keep saying $800 because it stuck out to me in some example, and I don't remember if it was a boo basket or a Christmas haul or what, but for some reason that number keeps popping into my head. But they're like, come pack my $500 boo basket for my best friend with me. And it just has the most ridiculous stuff that has nothing to do with Halloween, and it's like crap that they don't need. And it's like, why are you spending $500 on a single boo basket for your friend? Now they're gonna feel like they have to do the same back for you. That's not the point of boo baskets. Anyway, sorry. As you can see, I get very heated about that because that's like one of those things that's like actually a tradition that like I remember from my childhood. And it's like, why do we have to ruin everything with overconsumption and flexing on people about how much money we have and how much we can spend? Like, why can't we just keep it as the wholesome tradition it was? And then if you backtrack a few months further, I don't know if this is still a relevant trend or if we've moved on from this. My guess would be we've moved on because, like we've talked about in this video, trends are quick to come and go on TikTok because we always got to be buying the next thing. But a few months ago, all the content was purse content. Pack my purse with me from what I call my purse tower, which is essentially a filing cabinet with a bunch of crap in the drawers that I can pick from to pack in my purse every day. What is some of this crap, you might ask? How about 12 different hand sanitizers from the exact same brand, Touchland, in different colors and scents depending on my mood for the day and the aesthetic of the bag that I'm packing that day. What else? How about mini Tic Tac containers that are about this big that can fit approximately 3 Tic Tacs? Yes, we have about 100 of those in one of the drawers so that we can pack one in our purse. And we will never go through all of them because who likes Tic Tacs that much? Nobody. Hence why they're sold in tiny little containers that only come with a few in them, but to defeat the purpose of these tiny containers, I still bought 100 of them. What else is in my purse tower? Only about 20 different wallets in all the different shades of the rainbow, because depending on the purse that I choose for the day, I have to pick a wallet that matches that purse. What else, you might ask? A drawer of about 100 different keychains for my keychain collection so that I can pick different keychains for my purse every single day. The list goes on and on. If you never saw those videos, you are in for a treat.
Everything that goes inside of my purse is fully stocked inside of my purse tower drawers. I have everything from electronics to wallets, hand sanitizers, cough drop, gum, medicine. Yes, I have 2 purse towers dedicated for all things purse because if there's one thing that I love.
My life was a mess, but I could clean my room.
For my orange purse, I almost forgot to pack a hand sanitizer. I 1000% have an orange Touchland because I freaking love my girl Touchland. And I have this orange Touchland keychain thingamajiggy, no idea what it's called. So I'm gonna pack this as well. Let's pack this baby.
Every day I seem to use a different bag, so I made this purse packing station, but it's looking a little low, so let's do a restock. First up, always gotta have gum. Then the cutest mini Tic Tacs. Love my caffeine bars when I need some extra energy. A little sweet treat for the road. Tampons for when you need. These little wipes to freshen up. I recently switched to these stain removers because they are actually magic. These blister pads save my feet. Of course, my favorite hair ties and clips, and a mini brush. You better believe I have a mini perfume and a fun hand cream. Portable phone chargers for when I'm low. These single hand sanitizers are the best. Never without some lippies. My mini pharmacy, especially if I'm a little off the grid, but I actually can't live without my powdered Tylenol and car sickness pills. And a little bit of cash for valet or tips. And now whenever I change my purse, I can quickly pack up all my essentials for on the go.
But if you notice from those videos, they all have the same stuff down to the brand. No, you can't have 12 different Purell hand sanitizers. No, you need the Touchland ones. No, you can't have different Altoid flavored mints. You need the mini Tic Tacs. And that's what I mean by we've lost our individuality. Everyone has the same stuff. Everyone wants the same brands. Nobody has their own personal preferences anymore. They all just buy what everyone else buys. And it's become this like weird phenomenon where people almost want to be able to just shop in their own houses. You see this in the purse towers that I was just mentioning. You see this in the ridiculous skincare and like shower routines where they have like 12 different body scrubs from that one brand. I think it's like Tree Hut, or I don't know if I'm getting that right, but you know the brand I'm talking about. And they have every scent that's made sitting on their shelf so they can pick which one they want to use that day. It's just so absurd. I'm like, why don't you just buy a couple of your favorite scents and use them until they're gone? And then if you want to try some new scents after that, go for it. But like, it's so wasteful. You're never going to get through all that product before it goes bad. But I don't know, something about these trends on TikTok have really pushed like having an entire store's products in your home so you don't even have to leave your house to like try new products. It's crazy. I just had a thought while editing this video that maybe part of the reason that people are so obsessed with having so much like backstock of crap in their house, like they could literally go shopping there, has something to do with the ridiculous influencer PR that's gotten so out of hand. Obviously, there are a lot of influencers who shop like crazy themselves too, but they also get sent a ton of free PR from a bunch of brands all the time. And they'll do these ridiculous PR unboxing hauls where they show like hundreds, thousands of dollars of product, and then they just stash it all. And so they basically do have a store in their house. And so I'm wondering if that also contributes to people wanting to look like they literally have an entire store in their home. It's definitely heavily influenced by just overconsumption and shopping addictions and influencer trends. But I also wonder if influencer PR hauls and unboxings have something to do with it. I feel like that's kind of like a parent trend on TikTok, is like having entire store displays in your home for you to choose from every day. And then within that parent trend. We've have like different branches of like the skincare routines and the shower routines and the purse towers. It's just crazy. It is absolutely unhinged. I could go on and on with examples of this kind of behavior and why this has just become such a problem, but I will just leave you with the examples I've already given. Like I said, if you want more, you want a bigger deep dive into more specific trends that have happened, highly recommend KiKi Chanel. She's got videos about all sorts of crazy trends that have been going on TikTok for like the past year. All that to say, my biggest issue with TikTok is just how much influence it has over people. TikTok is just where trends start now, and it's become the place where everyone goes to see what they have to buy next. What's the next cool thing? What do they need to go spend their money on? And it is just upsetting. It's like nobody has their own opinions anymore. And like I said, I'm not trying to like put myself on a high horse. Like, wow, look, I have so much individuality. Like, I don't buy the shit that you guys buy. Like, I mean, look at my furniture. I mean, you would see this stuff on a Pinterest board because my interior design preferences are not super unique to me. Like, I know I'm not like the most unique person. I definitely follow trends sometimes. I mean, like I said, I really do think it's kind of just the human nature of like doing what everybody else does because you want to fit in and you want to like be in on what's cool. So I'm not trying to sit here and be like, I never fall for the trends. But I definitely think it's become a much bigger issue than just like, oh, this pretty candle was going around TikTok, so like I'm gonna go buy that one candle. I hope I articulated everything well and my message and the point of this video is coming across how I intend for it to. I feel like there are so many layers to this topic and there's so many branches of different conversations that you could do a much bigger deep dive into of all the different trends that have happened and how they've led to overconsumption and how they've led to a lack of individuality and originality. But this was kind of just meant to be an overview of like, this is what TikTok is doing to us as a society. No one is original anymore. Everyone is the same. Nobody has their own unique personalities or preferences. And what's weird is I feel like a lot of these trends are rooted in like the idea of self-expression, like with your purse, having unique keychains for your purse that kind of show your personality. And it's kind of like a representation of who you are. I feel like a lot of the trends are rooted in that concept, but nobody actually uses it in that way because they're just buying what everyone else is buying and decorating how everyone else is decorating. And so while maybe at its core, it's meant to be a way to like represent yourself and show who you are as a person and show off your personality, it has drifted far away from that. And it is no longer a representation of you as a person. I hope that people really do start to open their eyes to this issue and see that it is an issue. Like, obviously there are worse things in the world than just everyone liking the same hand sanitizer, but it really just comes down to self-expression and not really staying true to who you are because you're just so caught up in the trends online. And I mean, think about all the people who just like hopped on the Labubu trend and spent way too much money trying to get like all the special Labubus that everyone online was like making seem like such a big thing. And now they're probably sitting there with like 12 Labubus in their nightstand drawer. Like, why did I spend all my money on this crap? And I think that's the moral of this video. Like, a lot of this stuff is just gonna come and go unless you really truly love it. You gotta like really dig deep. Like, do you actually like it? Do you actually feel like this is something you would want to own? Or do you just feel like you want it because everyone else wants it right now? Like, you gotta dig deep and be real with yourself, because if you really don't feel like it's for you and you don't actually love it, you're just gonna regret purchasing it in a few months when the next big thing comes around. So like, really make sure you want it before you spend your money on it. And that's my advice for the day. That's my advice to round out this video. Don't buy crap just because everyone else is buying it. Really make sure it's because you personally like it and you won't be sick of it in 3 months. And with that, that's all I've got. So thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, please consider subscribing. I do occasional videos like this where I sit down and kind of break down a topic or give my 2 cents on a specific topic. I love to watch this kind of content, and so I've started to dabble in it myself, but I also do a ton of other stuff on my channel. So go ahead and check out that other content to see if it's something that interests you, and please consider subscribing to support me and help me continue growing this channel. And I will see you in my next one real soon.